Hey everybody, it's me, Chris, and I'm back with another video. Yes, I changed my hair, but I am still in the same shirt as the Alex react I did because I got ready and everything, so I'm doing a few videos today. I do apologize right off the bat from the audio quality. It's if it's a little tinny or not as good. I had to use the audio on the webcam because I did my makeup and everything, guys. I wanted to use the webcam. I didn't want this to go to waste because I don't do this all the time. But for some reason, Streamlabs was not tolerating my mic and my cam setup, so I have to try to figure that out. My partner might be able to figure it out, but we'll get it fixed and we'll get it worked on. And I do need to save up and invest in a better webcam, so there's that. But I was going to react to Foodie Duty's vlog, but I watched a recap from Garlic Bread, and I guess there's really nothing to it. And she uploaded a mukbang, so yuck. 4-cheese ravioli and black truffle cream sauce mukbang in Thailand. So why not? We're here. Let's do this. I've got some of my coffee with a nice little helping of whipped cream here. Ready Whip, actually, guys, a great diet hack. Low calorie, basically just 1 carb a serving. It says less than 1, but you count it as 1. And not too sweet, but sweet enough just to give you that little kick, that little creaminess, make you feel like you're having a latte or a dessert. And if you get the light kind, the low fat kind, it's only 5 calories a serving and 1 gram or less of carbs a serving. So it's a great diet hack. Keeps me happy. Definitely better than like Cool Whip and things like that. See, these are just little things you can do to still enjoy yourself and treat yourself and be able to eat things you enjoy. If old Foodie Duty here and Amber Lynn would just do some of these things, their weight would fly right off of them. Look who came to say hello. It's a little channel doggy. Say hi to the people, Frodo. Oh my goodness, he's a mummy's boy. He's a shameless mummy's boy. But yeah, like they would lose so much weight so fast. And I just try to make these videos somewhat informative. So let's get into this. I will let you know already. You know, I think Foodie is just gross. And watching her eat is just like, ugh. But we're here. We're going to do it. And I'm going to enjoy my coffee. If you hear somebody come in, the kiddo and his friend is maybe passing through, it is what it is. I vlog in my living room. I react to my living room. I don't have a studio or anything, so it is what it is. You guys know that, right? But she is sped up for time. If I have to slow her down, I will. It's 13 minutes. Let's see what the old girl has to say today. I skipped past the Cameo plug and stuff. I don't know who the hell is buying these things off of her, but I don't know what it would take for me to buy a Cameo off of her. Just whatever, but we skipped it, and we're going to get right into it. She is still in Thailand. Wow, she looks like shit. You can tell, and that's the filter, because clearly a normal person, she'll say, I don't really use a filter. No one's blurry like this. Now, I actually am not using a filter. I have a cheap-ass webcam. My phone or my computer is a gaming laptop. It doesn't have a camera built in, actually. So I'm not using a filter. This is me and my little sagginess and pores and everything. She's clearly using a filter because she's blurry. And she looks like shit. She looks like she's getting to be bigger than ever. And don't mind the dog in the window. Yeah, she's still in Thailand. Clearly, she's on a freaking visa run, and she still has to lie about this. I forget why, but Sala couldn't make it. And he's probably honestly enjoying being away from her. He's probably like, oh my God, I hope this visa run takes 2 months. I can't imagine what it's like to have to tolerate her, but he's not there. I don't think he's going to show up. Let's do this. I'm delaying,
Well, hello, you fine people. Welcome back to another video. I ordered some lunch. It's like my first meal of the day. I don't know. Anyways, I ordered a soda water and I forgot that you need a bottle cap opener.
She shouldn't be eating. Okay. Start the diatribe. She shouldn't be eating this many carbs. She shouldn't be eating carbs this early in the day. Does this woman actually want to lose her freaking feet? Does she want to lose her ability to walk? Does she want, vision? That's not a fun thing that you might want to hold on to. Renal function? She's just effing herself up so bad, and I don't think she has her insulin with her. But then when she doesn't feel good or she has another emergency and she ends up in the hospital for diabetes, she'll sit there and cry, boo-hoo, oh my God. It's bad, guys. I know I wasn't doing everything right, but I'm serious this time, and I need to take my health seriously, and I need to start changing. She said this a dozen times. Her ass needed to be on the ball a few years ago, but definitely this year. She's now insulin dependent. I just don't know what it's going to take to get her shit together. These girls don't have a rock bottom. She's looking worse than ever, getting bigger than ever. It's like Scuba Steve really let himself go. She's doesn't even try, anymore.
Or you need a Salah. He opens it so easy without a bottle opener. I need to learn his trick. I've tried it. I can't do it. So I was craving home-cooked food.
You guys never see me eat on camera, by the way. But I do have my coffee here. And I'm just having the whipped cream there. So not a mukbang over here.
So I tried to order something homey. And I saw that they had this pasta place that has ravioli bolognese. It's 4-cheese ravioli bolognese. And it's
4-cheese ravioli with black truffle cream sauces. Homey? Fancy.
Let's see. That's it? You have to be kidding me. It's such a small portion. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Are you kidding me? This is it? Such a small portion? Bitch, you need a small portion. You shouldn't be having any of it. She looks like she's picking her nose. This is probably actually a normal portion. The problem is in America and Canada, servings are humongous. They're too big. This is probably a more normal portion. And it pisses her off because she legitimately always eats. But she normally eats 2 or 3 portions. At least. She's like a fucking glutton. And, so when she sees a fairly normal portion, it actually makes her angry.
Maybe it's good, because
it's hilarious. I think it's funny. She's mad. I spent money on this, and oh my God, I only got enough for one normal-sized person.
Watch how much I eat, but we got some parm. Look at this. Look at this. And actually, there's no bolognese. All right.
Maybe they knew it was you, Foodie, and they just said, you know what, let's just help her out with the diet, give it an old kickstart.
Upon further inspection.
Want to say hi? Here's the kiddo. His hair's a mess. He's been out playing. Not too loud, honey, okay? But it looks okay, but it looks really kind of oily and stuff. And when it's made from a restaurant, there's a lot of seed oils and stuff, so it's doubly not good for you. This bitch doesn't care if it's good for you. Let's face it. I'm only preaching to people who may actually give a crap about their health. Foodie is a lost cause.
It's actually they gave me their truffle cream 4-cheese ravioli and not the bolognese. So And I have some Parmesan cheese extra. Anyway, I'll give it a try.
And that's actually a lot of Parmesan cheese. Do you see how it was like stuffed in there? Just the Parmesan cheese alone was seriously probably like 120 calories. I'm just gonna try to give some info, but I don't know exactly what restaurant this is from. But the pasta with that serving with the truffle cream sauce and the oil, that serving is probably, okay, we'll just maybe like 600 calories to 800. Okay, we'll say 600 to 800 because I don't know if they use a heavy cream or a lighter cream. But with the cheese right there, this lunch, this first meal of the day, is probably already, let's just say very tentatively, 900 calories. 900 to 1200 calories. That's really 1300 is all she really needs to be in a day. That's what she should be eating for her height and everything. Because I'm her height. She's a little taller. I'm 5 foot. Almost 5'1". But she can eat more than that initially to lose weight. But for maintenance and stuff, she really doesn't need to be eating more than 12 or 13 or 1400 calories because she is super sedentary. I mean, beyond sedentary.
It's good, whatever. Mistakes happen. And I got an order of garlic bread. So,
wait, what was that? If you hear Frodo barking up there, I'm really sorry. He loves Maria, and he just can't stand being away from her.
Anyway, I'll give it a try. If it's good, whatever. Mistakes happen. And I got an order of garlic bread.
Of course she got an order of garlic bread with probably not even a real butter, probably a margarine. You can see the grease soaking through the bag. Even if she tried to do better, like, have the pasta, don't have the bread. You know what I mean? Just freaking try. Like, she can't even try. That's the thing that makes me the most mad.
So, and I guess I'll just drink water because, yeah. That's garlic bread. All right.
How many?
So, and I guess I'll just drink water because...
Yeah, go ahead. You do that, Foodie. You drink some water. I know it's unheard of, but...
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
There's
like...
garlic bread.
There's three or four pieces of garlic bread there. Okay, so... This meal realistically is probably up to 1,500 calories. And that's probably me lowballing it. And this is her lunch, her first meal of the day. She doesn't need to be eating this much for freaking lunch. She pisses me off. I don't know why I do this.
Bread. All right. Bismillah. Let's try this. Beauty bite.
There's nothing beauty about your bites, Foodie. You're gross. Oh yeah, fat and lots of salt and processed stuff. Oh my gosh, I wonder if she'll like it. Carbs on carbs on carbs. Of course she likes it. In the meantime, her pancreas is waving the white flag of defeat, you know, like, I'm just going to give up. And she just doesn't care. And it's just frustrating because so many people would love to be able to just clean up their diet and regain their health, or have a second chance to do it over again with diabetes and stuff. She knows the consequences and what's coming down the line, and she refuses to do a fucking thing. She just thinks, I think she really thinks that the major consequences aren't going to happen to her. I think because she started them all this time that she really thinks they're, she's not going to get them. And I'm sorry, I mean, I'm going to laugh when she does, because I don't wish that on people, but she's asking for it, and she doesn't give a shit. She's had every opportunity to make changes, was making so much money at one point, could have really done what she needed to do to help herself, and she does nothing. think I couldn't? I want pasta and carbs right now. I'm not eating them because you know what? I am trying to go back to really low carb, considering just doing straight up carnivore because I'm carnivore sometimes anyways, to get my hormones in check, to get this weight loss moving, to help my symptoms of my PCOS and Lyme disease, to be able to be healthy and happy and be there for my son and my family. Because they are more important than my instant gratification. Those type of things are more important than myself and my own selfish wants and desires. And this woman, she's just a selfish, greedy, gluttonous, horrible person. She's a living embodiment of the 7 deadly sins. Like, she really, truly is.
Wow. Small portion because it's so rich, I see.
Yeah, it's so rich. And Foodie, people don't eat super gigunda portions all the time. Like, that should be plenty for people. And usually lunch portions, if it's a lunch portion, are generally lighter because people shouldn't be eating massive Thanksgiving dinner-sized portions for every freaking meal.
Good size portion. I'm used to eating like huge portions.
Yeah, you are, because you won't even try to like restrict yourself in any way, shape, or form. And I know she goes, I have binge eating. I can't restrict. It'll make me binge. As somebody with binge history and stuff, I don't think she's a binge eater. I think she's just a glutton. She's just an overeater. She is just greedy. She's selfish. She needs that dopamine hit. And if you do have binge eating, I'm sorry, intuitive eating and stuff like that doesn't work for you. What I find works for me when I am at my best and doing my best with the disordered eating is when I am strict. Things that trigger me and stuff, she says things like, oh, I have to give in to my cravings and stuff or else it'll make me binge. No, you know what? The way I keep myself on track the best and everything is by restricting, is by being strict, is flat out avoiding certain things. Because guess what? With problems like that, you can't just have a little bit. You know, things like my biggest triggers, like Rice Krispie treats, for example. She would say, oh, I have to have 1 or 2 or 3 because it'll trigger a binge and then I'll eat all. Well, no, but then she'll have a couple and it will make her just want to eat the house and eat all of them. And that's what will happen with me. I can't just have 1 or 2. I will eat them all. It is better for me and I do better just not having them. So you have to be willing to sacrifice. And that's the problem, is she is not willing to give up any food, say no to herself, no type of self-regulation. And Amber's the same way. And that's why they're never going to change.
So what I see when a normal portion is supposed to be, it like shocks me.
Yeah, because you eat like a freaking pig.
But it's really good. I've been craving ravioli.
Well, see, and again, I've been craving ravioli. So I had to have it. Guess what? You don't need to give in to your cravings. And she gives in to every single freaking craving. And it's not even if she even thinks about food, oh, I could go for some spaghetti. She's, oh, I was craving it. No, just because you have a thought of food doesn't mean it's a craving. And you don't need to obsess over it. Or you could try to make or find healthier versions, which she does no such thing. That would take work and effort. She's, on top of being like the biggest glutton, she's like the biggest lazy sloth.
I know I'm in Thailand, but like, I don't want to get sick of the food if I eat it every single day. I was craving like tomato sauce. I guess whenever I get back.
So why don't you eat some tomatoes, Foodie, or get some tomato sauce, get some like steamed vegetables or a vegetable like carbonara, or like, well, not carbonara, but like, you know, a vegetable, a meal with more than just pasta. Have a pasta with lots of veggies or lots of protein and have that. Then you still get pasta, you get your tomato sauce, and don't have the bread with it. Like, there's things you could do. And that is a pretty big, deep bowl. Like, that's plenty for lunch, Foodie. I guarantee after she's done filming this, she gets something else.
I'll just make my own food.
You know what, you can do that. You can make your own foodie. And guess what? How about you just don't, because you'll survive. I'm sorry, but she could never eat a bite of food for 6 months and be just fine.
I don't have
That being said, obviously she'd need to drink water and take like electrolytes and vitamins. But calorie-wise, she couldn't eat a calorie for 6 or 7 months and she'd be fine.
mukbang set up here, so it's not really mukbang.
You don't need to do mukbang.
Truffle. I love truffles.
This should be
like
marked
truffles?
as self-harm. This should be marked as self-harm and demonetized and age-restricted. She's a known insulin-dependent, non-compliant diabetic, has health problems, severely overweight. She should be allowed and free to put up her content, but it shouldn't be monetized and it should be age-restricted because it is actually self-harm. This is like, she's eating this a lot neater than normal. Like, she doesn't have any sauce globbing onto her clothes or dripping out of her mouth yet, which I'm amazed, because she eats messier than your average barnyard animal.
So I'm feeling a lot better.
Why does she, like, what is that? Is that her grinding her teeth, or is that the jaw clicking people talk about? I am fairly newer to reacting to Foodie Beauty. That noise, like, I don't like the eating noises and stuff anyways, but that, whatever that is, oh my God, it makes me want to like poke something into my ears so I don't hear it. Oh, it's bad.
I was pretty homesick.
For what? Kuwait? Salad doesn't want you back, woman.
But then I thought yesterday, retail therapy. So I was like, go and buy the skincare you wanted. And
you don't like, and I'm sorry, like, it's going to sound like so mean, but what's her doing, like, fancy skincare routines is like putting a chandelier in an old dilapidated haunted house. What's the point? The bones, the basics are bad and rotten and unhealthy, and like, she can do all the skincare she wants without the filters and stuff. You can see her skin is suffering because she's so unhealthy. So why not invest in better food, dietitian, the food service again, trying to get somebody to help you with your problems. Invest in that, and then you can get healthier and your skin will look better. Like, at this point, there's no point, but I mean, to each their own.
Maybe getting something you really wanted will cheer you up. It's fleeting happiness, but
Yeah, and like you do the same thing with food. It's like instant self-gratification, and then you're like, that high is gone, and then you're back to your same old miserable self. You need to find other ways to make yourself happy. And I understand, like, getting pleasure from food. Like I said, I have the eating problems with certain things. I experience those highs and stuff from food, not to the degree like that her and Amber do, but we all enjoy certain foods and things and stuff like that. But like I said, you have to be willing to like give those things up to find other things that make you happy and give you that endorphin rush, especially when the things that are giving you those feelings are hurting you. Her hand is so big and puffy. I mean, her hand, I've said it before on Twitter, her hand looks like, do you remember those old commercials with the hamburger helper hand? Like the glove, the puffy white glove? That's what her hands look like. She's really swollen.
pretty good. It's very good, I should say. Very yummy. Mama pasta.
What's it called? Mama pasta? Maybe I'll look it up if I remember. And in editing, I'll see if I can put in the macros, like the calorie count and stuff like that, somewhere around this part of the video, so you can get an idea of what the calorie count and the carb count and everything was, and maybe the sodium. I don't know if I'll remember, but I'll try.
It rains pretty much every evening here. I can see the clouds rolling in.
Well, it's a good thing you don't really go outside and it won't affect you.
I'll probably just like rest today.
She'll rest today, guys, as opposed to any other day where she rests. What does she need the rest from? She doesn't do jack shit.
Clean up the room a bit. I already did my one corner. It gets messy fast because I just sometimes throw my clothes everywhere when I'm in a rush to get ready.
You throw your clothes everywhere and do everything because you're freaking dirty.
Or, you know, at night, I just like, okay, I'll undress and leave the clothes and I'll worry about it tomorrow. But then I also have to sort my laundry because I have to get another load done. I'm out of me knickers. So this is not, you know, pasta, vegetables and broiled meat or something.
I don't like how she, I know it might be a regional thing, but I hate how she says pasta, how she says pasta. Just don't like it. It's just a little personal gripe. I know it's probably a regional thing. But what she's saying here is true. She should have, if she wanted pasta, or she should have got a dish or something with grilled meat and lots of veggies in it and stuff. She could have got her tomato sauce, which would have inherently been better, but she's just so weak-minded and weak-willed. She can't tell herself no.
Super healthy, but it's a normal portion, so.
Yeah, but it's, and that's what you need to realize, though, Foodie. It's still probably like a 1,400 calorie meal, at least, because that's a big portion, first of all, of that. And not only that, like four servings, 3 pieces of bread, 3 or 4 pieces of bread is not normal. I'm sure like maybe 1 or 2 would be. She has such a skewed concept of what is like normal.
What can I say? Yeah. Sorry. So it's a 4 cheese ravioli.
There's the sauce hanging off the corner of her mouth.
And there's mushrooms. And it's like a cream Parmesan truffle sauce. And it's so good. So good. If you love mushroom truffle cheese.
I love mushrooms. I gotta go foraging for some. I might grab the kiddo and try to go out and look and see if there's any chanterelles in a couple places today. I need to get some more ghost pipes too, but we forage and I cook up and prepare and preserve and store wild mushrooms all the time. I love mushrooms.
I can't forget this moment though, because I do miss home cooking. Like when I get home, I gotta remember this. Like, how much
No, you don't. You don't miss home cooking. You don't even like cooking. The only reason she would miss her cooking is because she makes like super rich unhealthy stuff full of butter and oil and extra like she cooks so unhealthy. Like she misses her like full casserole dish of pot pie and everything. She doesn't miss home cooking. She wants to take out.
Especially like a bolognese.
She barely chews too. Did you see that? Like she just stuffed like 4 raviolis in her mouth, and she like chewed 2 or 3 times, and it was down. Like her guts have to be so taxed and have to be working so hard to digest and process this food, because digestion starts in your mouth from your chewing, and she just doesn't do it. I can't. Like I feel like I would just have such stomach aches and everything, and I eat fast. I have to remind myself to slow down. A lot of people, most people, especially people with weight problems and overeaters, we eat fast, but I still chew at least. She doesn't even chew, and that has to like give your stomach and your digestive tract like problems. It's gotta hurt.
Not an authentic bolognese, but church basement bolognese. I don't know.
That jaw clicking is, I can't even get over it. It's really bad in this video.
I think I'd like to go back to a bookstore and start reading again. I like going to bookstores.
Yeah, she could do reading or something like that, because, you know, something I noticed about her is she has absolutely no hobbies. She just sits around, eats, sleeps, and watches movies, and will, like, you know, live stream or something occasionally. But she plays video games rarely, like here or there, but she doesn't like play video games or read books, or she has no hobbies, like no interest. I've never met anyone who literally has no interest in anything in life except just sitting and eating and watching TV and repeat. Like, I've never met anybody like that in my whole life. She's like an anomaly.
I used to love shopping there. I used to beg my mom to always go to, it was Kohl's, where I'm from. The bookstore was Kohl's in the Cornwall Square Mall. And I used to like, can I get a new book? Every time a new book would come out.
Reading's a nice hobby. I love reading.
Or just browsing the bestsellers, like the best bookstore in Ottawa. Chapters, Indigo Chapters, because they have like a coffee shop. It's Starbucks, but they have a coffee shop in it. And you can browse around, get a coffee. And there's something so cozy about coffee shops and bookshops.
Yeah, I like them
every time.
I'm not a big go out in public person anymore, though, but I do like a nice, quaint little coffee shop.
A pumpkin spice latte.
You don't need a freaking pumpkin spice latte, Chantel. Not even a sugar-free one, because you can't control yourself. You don't need one.
And a book. And I always went with my grams. This was an activity she also loved. She was an avid reader. She would read so much, she would go through a book in like maybe 2 days.
My mom and my aunts would do that. My Aunt Cheryl, my mom, like, they would read this much of a book. I mean, it's crazy how fast they could read. My Aunt Kathy does, too. I read a lot, and I'm a little bit of a slower reader, I think, because I really think about things and get into it. But, yeah, there are people like that just... It's crazy.
So when she would find a new book, and it was a thickie, she was happy. It was like, this will last me more than 2 days.
It'd be nice because you can get through books faster. Like, I currently, like, I just started reading the Dark Tower series from Stephen King, and I'm starting at the beginning with The Gunslinger, and I'm also just kind of casually finishing up the Walking Dead comic, the graphic novel, which I think I only have, like, 30 issues left, maybe. I'm reading it online, and I can breeze through 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of those a night. I've just been, like, not doing it because of doing other things, but I'm doing that and The Gunslinger. I don't like to read multiple books at once, but it's a comic. And then when The Gunslinger's done, I also have a couple, like, kind of true books I'm reading, but I have Whitley Strieber's Communion book, and I also bought the Communion Letters I'd like to read. It's about alien abductions, and that's, like, something I can read casually. But yeah, like, the Dark Tower series is long and arduous, and I am really in the early pages of The Gunslinger, so hopefully I can finish that this year and start the next book in the series. Let me know if you've read The Gunslinger or any other Stephen King books. What's your favorite one? Leave it in the comments. I have read a couple other Stephen King books. My favorite Stephen King book, and actually my favorite book of all time as of right now, is a book from Stephen King called Bag of Bones. The TV series was okay, but the book is amazing. It's just my favorite. And also last year I read the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series from George R.R. Martin. I also want to get the second book in that series. Is it Clash of Kings? I forget what the name of the book is, but I want to finish that. But I'm committed to the Dark Tower series right now.
This will last me more. So I'm not mad at the mistake. It's just not what I was craving, but it is very delicious.
It doesn't matter. See, that's the thing, Chantel. You don't need to have every freaking thing that you're craving. This is not what I was craving, but it'll do. I guarantee she orders again later to get the one she was craving. You don't have to give in to all of your freaking cravings. Just say no, for God's sake. You're not going to die by not having your craving. You're going to die more from having all your cravings. And I'm like extra crabby because I'm still PMSing, and the fact that like I'm doing the dieting and I have to be so strict, and I am like having all this willpower, even though sometimes it's like really hard right now. Like, and I just get so mad seeing people like her. Like, oh, I was craving this. I didn't get what I wanted. I'm gonna have everything. I'm gonna order all the things. I was craving this. I was craving that. So I got it. And it's just like, not, and I'm glad. I'd rather be like me than like her. But it's like it's frustrating because you would like to see them like Amber and Foodie, like at least try, you know.
I love ravioli.
I bet you do.
And to drink, pure hot water. It was so
There's a big soda or juice hidden off camera somewhere. You know it.
cheesy. I could taste cheddar. I'm not sure what kind of cheese they put in it, but it was like, it's creamy, a bit tangy. It's so good.
Probably some type of Parmesan or something.
Another thing is, like
I make a homemade bechamel sauce. It's really good because I make a homemade macaroni and cheese. But I make the homemade bechamel sauce and everything, and I only make it a couple times a year. My partner, he requests it, and I'll make it. I might make it for the holidays. And it is more of an adult kind of mac and cheese because it has a tangier sauce like that. And the cheese I use like a good Parmesan, and sometimes I use like a mix. I use like an Asiago, or there was another one, I forget, and I will put some mozzarella in there too, but like an Asiago or a Parmesan, like a good sharp one, or a white cheddar will give it that sharpness that I really like, and it's definitely an more adult flavored mac and cheese. My kid loves it too, but it is really good. And when I make it, I'll vlog it maybe, and I'll give you all the recipe, and I'll show you how I do it. And it's nice because I make big batches of it, send some up to my family members. And whenever my partner will just eat it, he'll wake up in the middle of the night and just go to town on it. He loves it. But to make it different, sometimes I will get it really cold, the macaroni and cheese, after I make it, and I will use it, and I will roll it in some ground breadcrumbs and stuff, and I'll use it to make homemade deep fried macaroni and cheese balls for them. You know, like we don't have it often, but it's a nice little splurge, a little treat around the holidays. So I'll show you guys whenever I get all this stuff done. I got to get my kitchen set up to vlog. My kitchen is not good with like storage and like counter space, so it's difficult, but we will figure it out.
They didn't give cutlery. I don't understand how you're packing up an order to go for people to eat, out and not give any cutlery.
Because they wanted to piss you off, Chantel. That's exactly what it was. I hope they did. I hope they knew it was her. I'm assuming she's probably eaten there already. And she's probably mean and rude to them, and they just wanted to be a pain in her ass.
Weird to me to forget that. But anyways, whatever. All right, well, that was actually really good. I'm used to big portions, so was it filling? No. Was it sad?
Chantel, it should be filling. Drink some water and deal with it. Like, that was still a lot of calories. It was still sustenance. Guess what? You don't have to eat anything else. Be a little hungry. Suck it up and deal with it. Because her stomach has got to be huge, right? So stretched out. So she's going to have these problems with hunger and not feeling full. And she wants to feel full. She actually wants to feel stuffed. She just needs to learn to sit through this hunger and just suck it up and deal with it. Go for a walk. Drink some water. White knuckle it and just sit and bear it so that she can get used to eating smaller portions. Because even if she eats healthier, if she still overeats to the degree she does, she's never going to be healthy. She's never going to get her weight under control. She's never going to get her diabetes under control. And it's just going to be a recipe for disaster. So, you know, when she complains about, oh, it wasn't filling, suck it the fuck up. Okay? It was plenty of food. Get over it. You know what I've had today? Nothing. Coffee. And I will have some ground meat or some creamed spinach that I like to make. I mean, like, it's very little food. So I get frustrated. And I get hangry. I'm like hangry. I'm definitely like diet brain, hangry, PMSing. But she could get past this hunger and she could deal with it. She could get through it. But she's fucking weak. She's so weak. So weak-willed, so weak-minded. No desire for any type of self-control or accountability. You're not hungry, Chantel, is what I'm saying. Get the hell over it.
Satisfying? Yeah, I guess so. You know, portion's a bit small.
You don't have, it wasn't a small portion. That's the craziest thing. That was a normal average portion, a perfectly good lunch portion. And the fact is not like you were eating a normal portion of air. It was full of lots of oil and fats and calories and carbs. Like, it was very substantial. Ugh.
To be honest, which is healthier for me. I know it should be smaller portion, but from a takeout perspective, you know, if you're getting your money's worth, you'd want a little bit more bigger portion.
You don't need your money's worth, Chantel. That's your problem.
And even a couple more bites would have been nice, you know. But anyway, that's all right.
Get over it. You'll live.
It is what it is. Alhamdulillah. It was delicious. So, I guess that's it for this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.
Okay, so, you know, it is what it is. It's a foodie mukbang. She makes us mad. She makes us angry. And we just kind of talk and blab and do our thing. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am going to go check on the kiddos and try to give this hair a brushing or something, because it's like I just washed it last night, so it's like not really styled or anything and it looks a little dry. But I want to try to get another video or two done today while I have everything set up. Again, apologize for the audio. I know I tested it. I know you can hear and stuff. It's not as high quality, but I wanted to use the camera, so I'll work on fixing the audio issue. I am getting ready to upload an Alex Rodriguez react, and this will either be up sometime later today or tomorrow, sometime in the next day or so. And I appreciate you taking some time to hang out with me and listen to me bitch about foodie. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.